Hi ladies, it's Lyndee with Lyndee Kay Designs. I want to welcome you all back. Sorry I did not put out a video last week. I got consumed doing my folios that I'm working on. I was trying to craft along with Betty, but she's way ahead of me because I could not decide on one or two, so I'm doing 10. And I will show you those as soon as I get them completed. We'll do some flip throughs, and now the Mary Poppins is mine. The Oriental one that I'm doing is spoken for as well. So I do have 8 that will be available. If anyone would be interested, you just message me and I can go over prices and things with you. But to today, I am going to show you a kit from Miss Terry Sexton at TerresPaperTreasures. She was kind enough to send me and my Happy Mail this beautiful kit, so I'm going to craft with it today. This is Teacups and Roses, and I wanted to show you guys this kit, send you over to her site if you're interested or you really like it, because I love these teacups. So this is the first page here, and they're pinks and teals. It's just a beautiful, this is my absolutely favorite page. This bottom teacup is adorable with the tea pot behind there. So that's going to be our cover to our project. Lots of pinks and teals, which are amazing together. And then she brought in some amazing blues and deeper pinks. Oh, let's see. I almost skipped one. And the tea bag, I love it. And then we got some background pages in here as well. And this is the same as the other with the tea bag. It's just more muted. The other color is really bright, and this is more soft and reserved. Beautiful. More vintage. Here she collaged some of the pages in the kit. And then best friends having tea. I won't be using these today because I couldn't figure out a project that I wanted to do to utilize the girls where I didn't have to cut them apart. But maybe in the future, because I'm brainstorming. It would be good center pages in a junk journal. Here are some more background pages. These are light pink roses. And this is a yellow and kind of a purplish color. Another collage paper. And then she's got some ephemera here. We got some tags and a journaling card, a seed envelope, and then we have more journal cards, some lips, and I thought that would be cute to turn into tab pages, or the tabs for your pages, or tags. Tabs for your tags. And then purses. All right, so let me show you the project that we're going to work on today. I was watching some old school videos, and Amber with Lyric Lover Crafts did this project using some brown paper sacks, and I just fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my god, that's what we're doing today. So I've done this one to show you guys what we're going to do. This is my sea turtles, and it's just held together with some oh my, some lace ribbon. And then this is your paper bag. And I'll probably go back and glue those because I don't like how they come apart, but I'm gonna see if I glue these at maybe just the top, because in the very top we have some journal cards in there. So you have pockets here, and I put a pocket down here. Again, a pocket here. There's pockets at the top. This one I did not put a pocket on. This has a pocket. Again, another pocket, and I put a belly band here. So it's just 4 pages, but you have journaling cards up here in the top on each side of the bag. So that's it. And you can journal on the back side of that. So you just slide those in there. And that's the journal. So let's get to it today. So I've already started doing some of the project off camera, so I didn't have to do all of it and make a really long video. So you need 4 brown paper sacks from Walmart, the Dollar Tree. If you have some at home, I did, so I was like, that's perfect. So what I did with these, I just put them in the paper trimmer, and we're going to trim off the top 1/2 inch. So then what we're going to be doing, so I've already done the other 3 off camera. We're going to take and we're going to fold this bottom flap up on each one of these. And this is going to start our journal. So this will be the front cover, and then when you flip it over, you're going to have this side, and it's got your pocket here, so you're going to have a piece that covers here, here, and then you're going to, excuse me, have another front cover here, and it flips over, and then in the center, you're going to have 2 pockets. So your book is going to go together like this. So the first thing that I like to do, I want to show you how that went together. But this little flap here, we don't need. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to tape that down where it doesn't flip up on us while we're crafting, and it's just out of the way. All right, and then you're going to need a double-sided or solid cardstock cut to 6 by 7 inches. Again, this is double-sided or plain cardstock cut to 6 by 7. And I've already done that off screen. Then we're going to look for the papers that we want to put into our journal. So I know that I want this to be my front cover. So we're going to cut that 5 1/8 by 4, 5 1/8 by 6 3/4. Let me see if I can find a scrap piece of paper here to write it down. Really, we junk journal and I don't have a scrap piece of paper. All right. So your cover sheets, you're going to cut 5 1/8 by 6 3/4, and you're going to need 4 of those. So I know that I want this to be my very front cover, so let's get this cut down to, I'm going to start with the 5 1/8. And then I want to cut the top off because I want to keep my teacups intact. So let's go to 6 3/4. And then this is going to be my cover sheet. So when we take and fold, it's going to go on here. And it's going to have a border go around, and that's okay. We'll decorate the fronts, but I love this one. So I need to find 4 other covers that I want to use, and I do like the candlestick too, so I think I'm going to use it. So again, we're going to go 5 1/8, and then we're going to take and cut this at 6 3/4. I'm going to put that there because I might use that as a pocket. And then we're going to use this blue one. 5 1/8 by 6 3/4. And then we're going to use this one. All right, so I'm going to move that to the side, and I am going to just make sure that these fit onto the front, because sometimes all the bags are not the same width or length. So I just want to make sure that it fits on there without having to cut anything off before I start applying tape. And that's going to work just fine. So I'm going to tape this onto a front cover. Well, let's use the tape correctly. And this project goes pretty quick. So I'm going to go as close to the edge over here because I know there wasn't much room. All right, so now we've got one done. And again, I just measure each one. I just lay it on there, make sure it's going to work. So this one looks like it's going to be a little wider than the front. So I am just going to use my scissors, and I'm going to just cut a small slither off. And now it fits. So let's get this glued down. And I thought this was a nice change of being able to use some double-sided tape instead of getting glue everywhere today. My son has decided that he is going to take my husband and I to dinner tonight, which I thought was very nice of him. He's such a good kid. I love him to pieces. So I needed to get this video done, and then during the week you will be getting another video because I have to do my design team July video for Betty. So my mind is whirling doing these Tim Holtz folios, and she just announced that she now has fabric that she's selling with her paper kits. So I'm just going to be in heaven. One-stop shopping at Betty's. I can get my paper kit and my fabric, and it's going to match. And I don't have to worry about finding fabric I like and then can't find paper to match it. Not that I've ever had that issue, but sometimes it just takes time to find everything that you want. And I know this is junk journaling, but whew, I have to match. And the girls that I work with will tell you my shoes tend to match my shirt that I'm wearing to work. I don't know why. I've been like that since I can remember. Back in the day, my socks had to match my shirt when you wore your white kids everywhere, or your jelly shoes. Now I'm revealing how old I am. So what are you guys currently crafting on, working on? I know some of my viewers, they have never experienced paper crafting, so welcome, and I hope you guys stick around, and maybe you'll win my 100 subscriber giveaway. We are getting closer. The last time I checked, I was at 48 subscribers, I believe is what it was. I haven't checked today, so I need to do that. My husband's actually slacking on that. He's the one that normally checks that and lets me know, and he hasn't done that in a while. He's a good guy. I love my husband to pieces. Okay, so now I have all of the front covers put on. And again, we cut those at 5 1/8 by 6 3/4. And see how quick that was? It went using, oh, here, let me see. So I used this glue tape that I found on Amazon. I believe I found it through Posh Paper Lady. I'll see if I can find the link. I absolutely love these. These are the best ones I've ever used. And I used several, trying to find some that didn't stop or the tape would come off. So far so good with these. This is the 5th one I've used, and it's done great. All right, so the next step that we're going to do is we're going to flip the bags over, and we have to cut a piece that's going to go here, and I'm cutting it larger than this area is going to be, so when I flip the pocket up, you don't see any of the brown paper sack here. You'll see it on the pocket when we get done, but that's okay. All right, so this one, So I'm going to call this the back cover. We're going to cut 4 of them, and they're going to be 5 1/8 by 4 1/2. So for that front cover, I think I'm going to use this, and again, we're going to cut 5 1/4, or excuse me, 5 1/8. Whew. By 4 1/2. All right, there's this piece. So we're gonna put it up there, and then when you glue your piece down, you're not gonna see so we've got the back cover for our front cover now. So we also have this one. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this one. So we're gonna go 5 1/8. By 4 1/2. Perfect. And then for the back of the blue one, we're gonna go with the blue side here. And you know what? I don't want to cut off the flowers, so again, 5 1/8 by 4 1/2. And there's the back cover for that one. And this one, we're gonna put the girl on there. All right, so we're gonna cut 5 1/8. By 4 1/2. All right, so let's just make sure that this is gonna fit on here. All right. So as I was doing my first one, I am trying to think of a way to incorporate like a junk journal section where you have more writing paper. Here I go, being very picky about how my papers go down, and I need to stop doing that. These bags are not straight, so keep that in mind, you guys. All right, so now that we got the back cover section on there, I'm gonna use my wet glue, and we're gonna glue our pocket down so that way it can be drying. And I'm really generous with the glue on this because it's gluing down this whole bag, like layers of the bottom of the bag. me glue it on here. And then I'm gonna set it to the side and I'm gonna put my We Are Memory Keeper Crocodile on there, corner rounder, and we're gonna move on to our next piece here. All right, this one is off, so we're gonna cut. My other one's off too, I did see it, but I'm gonna let it, the glue dry some, and then we'll trim that off. I'm sorry, I can't tell if I go out of frame when I pull it to me. If I do, I apologize to you, and if you have questions about anything, please don't hesitate to ask me. Again, we're going to be very generous with this glue. Alright, and then this one should be good for me to trim this up here. Just make sure you do not cut your sack. Because then it won't hold your stuff in. Alright, so this one is dry. So we have our front cover and we have our back cover, and then we'll work on this after we get these other ones done. Make sure we're doing the right one here. So I do need to trim some off. See, now my one this morning, I didn't have to hardly trim anything off. All right, let's get this on. So you could kick out a lot of these for holidays, gifts, bridal showers, you name it. Baby showers. And then we're going to glue the bottom. Again, Terry, you have done an amazing job on your paper kit, and thank you for sending this to me. I wanted to make sure that I did a video to say thank you for sending me that. It was very nice. If you guys have not spoken with Terry, she is one of the admins over at Betty's Custom Designs on Facebook. She is a very sweet lady. I am so glad that I met her and call her my friend now. Last one. So I'm trying to come up with a way to add the paper journals, but to make it a little larger too. I don't want to make it real big, but maybe six or eight of these bags together. Well, I'm glad my cutting was off because I still got to trim a little bit, and that was, I can't cut straight at all. I like to keep my workstation tidied when I'm working, but then afterwards, whew, putting stuff away. And I have a small craft room with a ton of stuff that I've gotten from donations. Like I have a lot of file folders and that kind of thing. So I'm out of tape. We'll get our other one. So I am, if you see my fingers, I've also started this morning. I did not want to do a whole lot of coffee dye-in in the house today. So I am making sun tea for my husband. And I threw my paper out there in my pans. And I'm trying to sun tea dye my papers. I will let you know how that turns out. And maybe someone has already done that before. I don't know. Instead of having it in the house and warming up all this hot water in the house, I used hot water from the faucet, and I put my tea bags in my pan with my paper, added the hot tap water, and I stuck my pan outside. I've been out to look at it, and it looks like it's doing pretty well. So hopefully it will work. Okay, so now we have our front cover, our back cover. Now we're going to do our pocket pieces. So that we need to cut 4 pieces at, let me see here. So let's call it pocket cover. 4 pieces at 5 1/8 by 3. So I'm going to use the pieces I already have. 5 1/8. Perfect. And we're going to go to 3. And then that's going to go right here. And this one. Yep, we're going to do it. 5 1/8. Perfect. And we're going to go 3. And then we've got our blue cover, and we're going to use this. Okay. And I'm going to keep more of the blue on there. So we're going to cut from this angle today. And that leaves this piece, and we're going to go with flowers. And I know I'm anal. I have to make sure that it's 5 1/8 by 3. All right. So now we are going to tape them to the pocket cover. Believe it or not, this project is almost finished. So there is our back cover. And our one more page down. Oops, I almost glued it on upside down, which I'm notorious for. I don't understand. Right. All right, so now we have our covers, and then this is our center. So that's our journal. So we need to work on putting them together for our spine. So I just go and I make sure that I haven't glued down the expansion part of your sack, because we need that to be open here. So we're going to bring in our 6x7. Again, this is, we're going to call this spine, is 6x7. So you need to get your scoreboard, and you're going to lay it on the 6-inch part going across the top. And then we are going to score at every inch. So we're going to score at 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and 5 inch. All right, so you're left with that paper. And you're going to take and you're going to accordion fold this. So let's see. All right. So now it looks like this. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. So we're going to take and we're going to put adhesive. If I can turn it the right way, whoo! And we're going to just put tape on 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to go back up because for some reason when you use this, it doesn't go all the way to the top. The bottom seems to be okay on most of them. So, all right. So now we have no tape. We have tape on 2, 3, 4, 5, and none on 6. We're going to take and we're going to push 2 and 3 together, and we're going to tape them together. We're going to fold 1 back out of the way. So now we have 1 and 2 and 3 are glued together. And now we are going to glue 4 and 5 together. So now you have a piece that looks like this. You have 4 sides. And this is going to become our spine. So we are going to take and we are going to glue, we're not going to use 1 or 6 yet. The ones without glue, or that are not double glued together. We're using the ones that we did not put any tape on. So we're going to use the thicker one here. And we are going to use our wet glue because it will let you move it. And we're going to put glue on both sides. All right. So we are now going to take and we're going to go right in between our pocket here, and we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, and you do not want to go up to your score mark. You want to go as close as you can to it, but do not glue your score mark down because that's going to be your spine and let your pages turn. And then once you have it in place, you're just going to push it down. That pocket's off a little bit, darn it. All right. So now you have page 1 glued into your spine. I might have to trim that. I don't know. It'll be good. All right, so now we're going to go to this section here, and we're going to glue in page 2. And I think I'm going to use the blue here. All right, so I just like to do a dry fit and make sure that my bags are going to line up and kind of where I'm going to go with it. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to glue both sides again. All right, and again, we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to go close to the spine, but not going into our score marks. All right, and then you just push it down there. All right. And now we're moving on to page 3. I think we're going to make this page 3. We're going to put the little girl in the center. All right. Looks good. We're going to glue this in. All the way to the bottom and as close to the score mark without going to the score mark, and glue it down. All right, so now we're on to our last one. All right, it needs to go in this way. So at this point, you now have your spine, and I just like to push mine down and kind of make it a little formed. Let's pull this out a little bit. See, with wet glue, you can move this if you need to. And then I just kind of hold it in place for a minute and let that glue kind of all right. And then we are going to do our last thing. While this is drying, we need to cut our 8 journal cards that are going to go in the top here. So we need 8 journal cards, cut at 5 by 7. Open this up, and my journal cards, I like using the background papers, but you definitely use what you would like. And the less papers I have to cut up on these projects, the better for me, because then I still have papers left with that I can work on something else with if I wanted to. And 7. And 7. So out of one sheet, I got 2 journal cards. So here's a 5. By 7. And now that I have 4 done, I'm going to take and put them together. I'm going to use my Memory Keeper Crocodile Corner Chomper on the 1/2 inch side, and I'm going to round the corners. So those 4 are ready to go in. And let's see. Here's another blue one. So we have 4, right? Yeah. And we're going to use the roses. Again, 5 by 7. And we're done with our paper cutter, so we're going to put it away. And those 4, we're going to chomp those corners. And we're done with that, so we'll put that away. All right, so now we can stick our journal cards in. And they just slide in there. And I don't like to put the same ones in the same pocket. I know. And you'll find some of your pockets are easier to go in than other ones. Let's go in the back here. And some will go down more than others. It's okay. This one. And this one. All right, ladies, and I will show you. I closed this up with some lace ribbon. Put a little lace bow there. And there you have it. So now you can embellish. I hope that you make some your own. I might cut those down to 4.5 by 7, or excuse me, 5 by 6.5. But I don't know. We'll see. I like it. It's easy. It's fun. You can make a lot of them at a time. I hope that you enjoy. I will probably use some of the lace, and I have some butterflies, some bling. I had some paper jewel or pink jewels. I have some sparkly. I have some teal pearls, and then I have white pearls. I dug all those out and thought, hey, I can put them on there if I want to, and I may do that. But thank you guys for joining me once again. Don't forget, spread the word, like, subscribe to my channel. Once we reach 100, we will do that giveaway. And you do have to be subscribed to my channel. You have to like the video, and I'll tell you what comments you have to leave. And you do have to do all 3. So whatever the comment is, you have to answer. Okay, ladies, have a good day, and thank you for coming back.